Hi, welcome to Whitwell. So since for about the last 9 months this has been my hometown or village, whichever way you look at it. So I've just come to have a look today at a couple of the disused things around Whitwell. We've got the quarry that's still in use, very much in use. I can tell you that because I feel the tremors about once a week. We've also got the colliery over there and a couple of old things around the railway station just over there we're going to go and have a look at.
So firstly, where exactly is Whitwell? So the Derbyshire village of Whitwell is approximately 15 miles southeast of Sheffield and in between Chesterfield and Worksop. It's about as far northeast as you can get in Derbyshire and is on the border with North Nottinghamshire.
So I'm just stood on the top of, well, I refer to it as my little bridge. I come past here several times a week walking the dog. I literally live 5 minutes walk just in that direction. So yeah, I frequently just nip onto this to have a look. So we've got Whitwell Tunnel going off in that direction, just through to Creswell and then onwards towards Mansfield and Nottingham. And then this way is looking back towards Worksop. So what we're looking at here, I don't know if you can see, I'll just pull up, I'll zoom into a photograph. We've got quite a bit of disused track down there, coming right down to here. Looks like there used to be a siding. And these are the lines, so you won't be able to see it from here. We might get a better view from the next bridge along, but there's a line just going off in that direction into the quarry. Now, it's a disused line. I don't even know if there's any track still down there, but it seems to be pretty secure. I've had a scout about already, and from what I can see, there's a lot of security fences, quite high security around the quarry, a lot of notices all the way around. So I'm guessing the railway line through the barbed wire is somewhere where that tree line is, just in front. I'm going to head up to that next bridge now and see what we can see from there. So we're on top of that next bridge now, Southfield Lane. You can see the bridge we've just been stood on in front. We can get a closer look at that old track work, which has been, there's bits of it missing, but I can definitely make out a curve going off into the distance there, into the quarry.
So here's a couple of cracking photographs by Phil Sangwell, who takes a lot of lovely photographs around this area and has very kindly agreed to let me use a few in this video. So here's the same view from Southfield Lane Bridge that we're stood on at the moment. We can see the bridge I've just been stood on in the background there, and we can see the line going off to the left to the quarry. And here's a closer look at that line going into the quarry.
So looking away from Whitwell, we've got the quarry on this side of the road, and the colliery is just there, just in front of us. You can probably see the spoil heap. There's no path at the other side of this road, but let's just nip across while there's nothing coming and have a look. So that's the current Whitwell station. You can still see the lines, and this is where the lines went off into the quarry. So sorry, colliery. So we're going to go and have a closer look at that. We had a goods shed down here.
So here's another one of Phil's photographs, and that's looking from that same bridge we've just been looking on. You can see the goods shed just poking out from the left-hand side. Signal box there, just right of centre of the shot. I wasn't aware that that was there. A couple of Class 20s just coming out of the colliery line that we're going to go and have a look at in a moment. I don't know the exact date of this photo, but I'm guessing the 1980s. If you have a look in the background there, the Whitwell station, as we know today, is missing.
So the other side of this fence is where the goods shed was. So it's all fenced off now, can't get in there, but they are in the process of building some new houses on there. Still got the station house, or station master's house, not sure which one it is, just on the left hand side in a minute. But it's probably worth just pointing out, the old Whitwell station was moved. It was taken brick by brick, and he's currently standing at Butterley station on the old Midland Railway. I click my fingers and there we are. This is the old Whitwell railway station. now known as Butterley.
As you've probably guessed, this was filmed on a slightly sunnier day. Anyway, back to Whitwell.
So there's the old station house. There's the new Whitwell station, opened in the 1990s when they reopened the Robin Hood line.
Anyway, before we crack on into the colliery, probably best to show you a few old maps. So that's the bridge where we started, and that's the quarry line. These two lines are both part of the colliery complex, and we're going to go and have a look at those lines in a little bit more detail now. And this old National Library of Scotland maps shows a little bit better the old colliery buildings that we can see there and the sidings at the top.
Alright, so I'm entering the old colliery site now, just off Station Road, just behind the station. So let's go and see what we can find. So if we look at old maps and Rail Map Online, what we've got from the main Robin Hood line just over there, we had two arcs of sidings. We had, looks like this was kind of wagon sidings perhaps, and round there was to the main colliery. All the main colliery buildings are over that side. We'll go round there, but I'm going to go and have a look round at these sidings first. But I'm just going to go behind the station, see if we can see if there's anything left of any track work or anything like that. I don't know what that was. Possibly a light gantry or something, maybe. No track work yet, but I have seen one of those little rubber mat things that was part of the track work. I think that went underneath the track. We saw lots of those at Seymour. Okay, so I'm heading up now, curving round, arcing round onto what I believe was known as Duke sidings. Concrete pad here, something was on here at one time. Lots of brickwork, some wires coming out the ground as well. Looks like we've got a lamppost on its side. Assuming it's a lamppost. It's got no top on, but it is a concrete post design. So it looks like we're nearing the end of the Duke sidings. You can see the lines are converging into like a head shunt.
So here's another one of Phil's photos. So this shows a train just detached from its wagons in those sidings that we've just been walking up. And we can even see those concrete lampposts there, and we can see those just felled and left in position throughout the colliery.
And another lamppost. This one's in slightly better condition. I keep saying that lampposts, like gantries. See, that one's just been felled like a tree. Cables still sticking out there. Not a lot else to see so far. Lots of fly tipping. So looking back from where we've just walked in, down those sidings, down those Duke sidings, this is about as far as this little embankment goes. So I'm assuming this would have been the end of the line. So looks like a bit of a party hotspot. Lots of fires, discarded bottles and things like that. So it's getting some use. Just walking back down, we've got a post. So we're curving back round to the left now to run level behind the station again. So back out the other side of the station now, and it's really opening up over here. So I think this is where all the colliery buildings, this was where the business end of the colliery was. So just on the side of the railway line. So we can see that disused line there, just on the side. I'm just behind the fence. I'm not trespassing at the moment, so just at the side of the main Robin Hood line, and that's the line we've just been looking at. So going off in that direction, that'll be coming off into the sidings we've just walked down, and then that direction, I'm assuming back onto the main line or into the quarry. So 1987 was when this colliery closed. So in terms of other collieries I've looked around, it's quite recent. That's still well within my lifetime. It's just amazing in 30 odd years just how quickly things can completely disappear. So it's only when you start scratching around off the main tracks you start to come across these remains. Look at those two girders. It's coming out the side of the. I suppose this is the start of the spoil tip. Again, a huge concrete areas. So if anyone knew the colliery, worked in the colliery, give me any ideas on what we're looking at. I'm assuming the railway came from the maps, came round the far side where the wagons would have been loaded. Welbeck, very local bricks. It's got the village of Whitwell just at the bottom there, and here's our quarry. So just working our way back down again towards the station where we've just come. Again, we'd have had, from what I can decipher from the old photos and maps, this is where the wagons would have been loaded with the coal. And I think we can see a little bit of rail still left in place here. Look at that. I thought as I was walking up you could sort of see like a tram lines effect. But yeah, we've definitely got some old rails in the concrete there. Just looking across, because you can see where the rails used to be. You can definitely make out where the tracks were. Now, some rails seem to have been pulled up, but we've definitely got a set of rails still down, set in the concrete. Now these look to be well embedded. Maybe that's why they're still here. So these concrete bases, could we have been inside like the loading, I don't know what it's called, the big silo thing where they do the quick loading. It's like the rails have disappeared now. Like some sleepers. So I've finally got a mobile signal and just been able to just cross-reference some of what I'm looking at with some old maps. And there was a lot more lines than I actually realised all the way back across. In fact, what's this through here? I mean, we've seen a lot more rubble on this side as well. Thing is, when you come somewhere like this, you never know what's fly tipping and what used to be here. See a lot of debris now we're seeing. A lot of Welbeck bricks as well. Right, so we've got more lines. Ah, look at this. Narrow gauge. Fantastic. I was not expecting to find any narrow gauge lines remaining. So this is, you can't probably not make it out on the camera, but this is quite a gradient up here, like a hump shunt or something like that possibly. There's quite a lot of line left. Oh, should have maybe started around this side. So look at those little points. And you can see on some of these concrete bays down here where they've had some steel structures cut off. They were drainage. There's pipes, service pipes and all sorts down here. We're back on the side of the main road now, so it's quite evident a lot of stuff gets dumped over here. I can see that as I'm driving past. Looks like this was some kind of ceramic tiled floor. Bit of decoration on there as well. You see a lot of cables sticking out of the ground now. This is more of what I would expect it to find. It's a bit more of that. All that narrow gauge line. Only seen one narrow gauge line, and that disappears there into that big pile of bricks. Some kind of loading yard or something here, fencing around it, but we can see some of those lampposts still standing. Another set of points. Some kind of gear mechanism or something there. Don't know if it's off a car. There's bumpers and things left lying around there, so it might be a recent addition. Just back up now where those standard gauge tracks would have been coming out, so I'm just having a look. They seem to curve around in this direction. Excellent. So you know what, I really enjoyed that hour or so just having a look round. I was ready to give up, to be honest, when I was over there, but yeah, I'm really glad that I stuck with it, because I think a lot of the stuff that I found was on the last place that I looked. So I'm just gonna head on out this footpath here. That's looking back towards the station, and I can get a shortcut back down to that bridge where we started the video. So I'm on the road now, the other side of the fence. That's where I've just been in. You can see those lampposts there. Got another old lamppost on this side as well. Just having a look round, see if I can see where the entrance was. So I'm assuming this would be the quarry entrance of Southfield Lane. Can't even get that gate open for fly tipping these days. So that's where we've just been inside. You see the little concrete platform where that narrow gauge line was. So as always, thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching my videos. I have passed the 1,000 subscribers mark in the last few days, so that is an unbelievable achievement. If you'd have told me that when I started making these videos, that I'd get 1,000 people subscribing, never mind watching, I wouldn't have believed you. I'd have thought you were crazy. So thanks very much, everybody. So yeah, take care, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.